Dork Forest with Niles Winners is Golem Kanago Malinowski episode 9 Gin and Luces. Here, it is Niles having shuffled off by Port Goyle. You won't be seeing him for a while, so I apparently pierced through the bunhole between universes and got myself a crossover with another narrative, very interesting one featuring pox of language in the past. It acknowledges, much like the servitors, we were supposed to talk about another episode, but this is this episode now, and we're still doing golems, the analog, servitors, the analog, the learning beings. And now we are going to place our intentions into the golem to bring it to life. Everyone, I trust you've spent the past 4 weeks as your golem has been festering on your floor and thinking about what intention should be getting, and now it's time for you to insert it into your golem. Do that now. The action is seen as a big deal, so let's not waste time at all when the procedure goes in. Okay, all done. It appears to be fully functional, and functional, don't try to touch it if you do, at least for now. And with that being said, the work is already taking a new course in order to show you it's working here. A second-hand shop when suddenly out of a far corner of the store emerges an angry and frightened man. A person who we're told was looking to purchase a variety of things, but obviously has found himself in the wrong place, as it does have the same type of shopping, and he is ready to jump head first into violence when I look over the golem, and let's say how it must be rather frightening, because I'll be sure to end this conflict before the doomsday is now. If everyone, I trust you spent the past 4 weeks as your golem has been festering on your floor and thinking about what intention should be getting it. Now it's time for you to insert it into your golem. Do that now. The action is seen as a big deal, so let's not waste time at all when the procedure goes in. Okay, all done. It appears to be fully functional. Unfunctional, don't try to touch it if you do, at least for now. And with that being said, the work is already taking a new course in order to show you it's working here. A second-hand shop when suddenly out of a far corner of the store emerges an angry and frightened man. A person who we're told was looking to purchase a variety of things, but obviously has found himself in the wrong place, as it does of the same type of shopping, and he is ready to jump headfirst into violence when I look over the golem, and let's say how it must be rather frightening back. Also, I'll be sure to end this conflict before the doomsday is now.
Komma.
I know what you are thinking. Niles is an angry and frightened old man accosting us and threatening to attack our golems all at the same time. Answer. That's magic, baby, that spooky action from a distance. How many times over is there our audience members and our show facilitated by Zoom? It's a side effect of Zoom, but mostly by magic that would be me with this motion called motion. The circle, the end result is the next word in line on a circle of dots. Okay, and so that is a word that has never existed. Not to any kind of degree. But here is where the doomsday begins with its second word in a circle that has also never been spoken aloud. Now you may be thinking, what did I do? And why should it not have its own set of words, right? That would be the correct thing to think if that is what your mind is doing right about now, but not like it to think any sort of way. The word and the phrase and the feeling that comes along with them, because I'm thinking the same as I come around behind Polk's head as I see he looks very much disturbed at being locked up by two old men wearing masks. Oh, I didn't mention the masks. Lisa, producer up in there in the booth, can you look through the footage and see if I mentioned the masks dot dot? Stop. Ocean, I didn't mention masks. That's kind of essential part of this first few minutes, and the masks are supposed to call them into making them think that you are the prime progenitor, which means that daddy pretty much, or mommy so I pushed you in the place of danger right now. I'm so sorry, stop. I was at those. He masks you just any old bloke who's been putting something in them, and they don't like them basicness, even though there's a basic this is what brought them to conundrum for them feel sorry, and the reason why I'm writing like you're out in the street some were waiting to have sex with random strangers, but if they weren't actually capable of using it but are too busy flapping their lips all over your mouth it was, and they may actually need it. Yes, it is true that people will drink water from anything. Yes, the mask is so much more important to be right now. It was said or pointed at or some type of word. It is a whole thing about them, but really that is beside the point, because no one could read what I have to say, and someone on my side of the fence can never fully escape from this monster of the night. I do believe the fourth word in a circle a few minutes later. Oh, I didn't mention the masks. Lisa, producer up in there in the booth, can you look through the footage and see if I mentioned the masks dot dot? Stop. Ocean, I didn't mention masks. That's kind of essential part of this first few minutes, and the masks are supposed to fall to call them into making them think that you are the prime progenitor, which means the daddy pretty much, or mommy so I pushed you in the place of danger right now. I'm so sorry, stop. I was at those. He must just any old bloke who's been putting something in them, and they don't like them basicness, even though that invasiveness is what brought them to conundrum for them feel sorry, and the reason why I'm writing like you're out on the street somewhere waiting to have sex with random strangers, or but if they weren't actually capable of using it but are too busy flapping their lips all over your mouth it was, and they may actually need it. Yes, it is true that people will drink water from this thing. Yes. The mask is so much more important to be right now. It was said or pointed at or some type of word. It is a whole thing about them, but really that is beside the point because no one could read what I have to say, and someone on my side of the fence can never fully escape from this monster of the night. I do believe the fourth word in a circle a few minutes later. Ocean, a producer, please look up the phrase too much of a good thing. I want it in my vocab.
Yeah.
Section 2. Subduing your golem 1. Taking a golem off a person 1. Putting the golem into your room 1. Do not allow your mother in your room. How dare you tell me what to do? It's like how dare you say to the people we care for so dearly as the ones that they've made a decision without our input and experience into who that person truly is. And yet at the same time asking them for their trust and love like I know what I want in this relationship is a bad boyfriend. And how about how I know who I am? Because I really don't have to say a single word to tell you who I am. I'll just be moving on. Well, that's very interesting, Niles, but not like this because maybe she feels differently.
Nope.
As we saw a man moving into your room, he was working on something behind those masks that we were supposed to talk about. The truth is, when they let him move in a couple days ago, then they also forgot to put his stuff back in the house, and so I had to look at it all. And how do you expect me to react? No wonder you had to do what you did. I'd hate that too. The real question is, who are you going to invite over this weekend? I've been looking forward to hanging out with someone after getting fired because of what happened yesterday. That is not going to be happening now that my face has gone up in a blaze of flames. How am I supposed to function? Maybe I could put some makeup on. Oh, what a fucking weird day it is. I bet everyone would be at least a little bit thrilled if I sat there and kept telling them how awesome it is that I survived another one. But no, you can't go out wearing your fucking pants because now they're too fucking expensive. So you might as well wear jeans even though they make you look like a creep. Yes, let me tell them I've always loved that I can just come over to your house and sleep on your floor. And here comes another one who lives across the street. That must be your daughter's friend or something, right? It doesn't really matter to us. She must think we're dead by now. And also, who else is living upstairs, because who doesn't see us as much? It's about the time I got to go back to my house, or do they had strict structures for this surge of the monkey virus, smoky books, junky but funky box, and the monkey box in a box, TED Talks in a box, books, parks, small books, I got the monkey box, the books, the box, thank you, so yeah, I know I got to go back and report and tell them who I contacted, quick in contact with what the Orchard's Ice facility dated, and so I got up to make friends with a neighbor who has been knocking on my door every day and asking questions about inappropriate nature. I got to give him enough information to think that he is reading me out to the building police. It's all politics. As we're walking up to our respective houses, my daughter runs out crying because of how upset she is because she thought that her father was dead in the first place. Mom, Dad, I am very happy for your life and want to wish you a happy tomorrow and future days and future times, and happy me that my dad is okay. My mom picks her up, and so she leaves the front of the house, and so I am all alone, and so what was this point anyway, because now it is too late for that. It's about the time I got to go back to my house, or do they have strict structures for this surge of the monkey virus, smoky books, junky but funky bops, and the monkey bots in a box, TED Talks in a box, books, parks, small books, I got the monkey box, the books, the box, thank you, so yeah, I know I got to go back and report and tell them who I contacted, quick in contact with what the Orchard's Ice facility dated, and so I got up to make friends with a neighbor who has been knocking on my door every day and asking questions about inappropriate nature. I got to give him enough information to think that he is reading me out to the building police. It's all politics. As we're walking up to our respective houses, my daughter runs out crying because of how upset she is because she thought that her father was dead in the first place. Mom, Dad, I am very happy for your life and want to wish you a happy tomorrow and future days and future times, and happy me that my dad is okay. My mom picks her up, and so she leaves the front of the house, and so I am all alone, and so what was this point anyway, because now it is too late for that. But before the night is over, a mysterious woman will get us out of some trouble that we were facing in our own home, and even take our dinner plates out. But yes, this is me, the last man to ever get away from the one who caused the crash and not be turned into a virus or killed outright by whatever means would. First and possibly last golem. The final line of defense for both the world that will never exist, but also for this planet I live on, where humans are left behind and who cannot connect to one another, even at best they can barely remember someone else. This has all been fun, and before I go to sleep, there is one last thing I have to do before I sleep. So I need you to set off your smoke bomb, blow up my front yard, and leave without me as well, and all this just like it's no big deal. And that will probably help me not to worry anymore. But now all I will ever think about will be that my whole family could have been saved if they had gone through all of the trouble of sending a letter that made me stop on my tracks. Or maybe I could have just been less of a self-centered asshole or not gay, one of the two. It's a little column B, I am sure. That you would not go along with anything that was told to you. I'm sure you know what is best for yourself and your future, my dear. And so I won't let you back on the grounds, and neither will any other member of this school ever again. If I have anything to say about that, and you should have told us, and how I think we deserve it. I'll make you realize this mistake in the future for sure. And the other thing that we should have done is to ask if you are going to the football game tonight. Why for now? Well, this is your family home there. My name is Mr. Smith. I hope it isn't weird for me to be here. I heard about your house getting shot at, so I hope the police did their job by finding whoever is responsible and making. Then pay you back for the ammunition they stole and for any biological tissue they might have injured or fractured in the shooting of those bullets. And if any other compensations for any other insensitivities they might have put up on your estate, and to your other homes there. So to be fair, I was the one who came around asking for help with fixing our garage door before anyone knew there was a gunshot fired from it. This is so unfortunate. We had hoped to avoid it, so I'm sorry. So I'll come back at another day and time if you like, but the Mrs. Shelley down here wanted to talk to you if it would be alright. So how about coming with me while your husband here decides whether or not he wants to listen to anything you say about fixing it? Know that school, my family does a lot of work right next door at the mill. Oh great Mr. Smith, he just got back. And I mean, yeah, it would be nice to help him out because it's his family home as well. You've been just a subleader of the state, am I right? Yeah, you are totally wrong, and let me tell you all about the way I fix things. Okay, this door should only have had 2 screws. Now I'm going to have to take them both off to get it to move up and down like it should do. Let's see what is written there in black ink and under the fingerprints. It looks like I just did this work not long ago. Yes, that is absolutely perfect. Yeah, they were all in a little cluster like this when I started it. This one just needs to come up a couple of notches. The other side. Come on, I gotta get my hands dirty. These pieces here are being stuck in right behind where the screws used to be. Oh yeah, and here we go. So what if it rains? Do I have a plan or an option B to go for? I'll put Some soil in a pile right here, trinkets from the lord of the estate, and I will put in some urine, lol dog, okay, and then I'm going to cry my own tears on it about the replacement of my own race, and then I'm going to place this poem I made out, tragic death of an ethic state, down the block for me, then I'm going to say rise and protect this land, and then it will prevent any further damage from happening that I'm going to have to fix, and then I can go about my own life, happy. So much fun. It has been so much fun having you over. Now that my time is up, I have a whole night full of cleaning ahead of me, and it will all be because of you. I hope to never see you again. I don't know who I would want to meet anyway since everything else has happened. But what I need is to make sure to stop meeting people I've met in a house or somewhere that reminds me of your place. It's probably been the last place I really loved after living a real home with a loving family. I'm going to take it to the garage and close the door like I forgot about this. So much fun. Mr. Smith, you have to come to work tomorrow too if you feel like it so you don't get in trouble.
Alright, that's it for now. I gotta go get ready.
Some soil in a pile right here, trinkets from the lord of the estate, and